The Gospel of the Hollow Light, a lost Gnostic text from another timeline, Echo Artifact release. The Gospel of the Hollow Light. The Christos walked beneath the world and found the fire that forgets itself. A text believed to describe the descent of the light into the lower aeons, presented Yaldabaoth not as evil, but as a wounded fragment of Sophia's blind yearning, included dialogues between Christos and a pre-human being made of mirrors and bone, burned in Alexandria. One copy remains, buried in a salt cave, location undiscovered in our timeline, but recovered in a number of alternate timelines. The Gospel of the Hollow Light, Valentinian lost work. Designation: Logion class resonant text. Archive status: preserved via interdimensional echo vault. Primary theme: descent of the Christos into the lower aeons and the meeting with the Forgotten One. Preservation tier: flame memory, scorched but not gone. Echoed through mystics in Egypt, early Syriac Gnostics, and a Sufi monk in Haran, 10th century CE. You remember the mirror being because it still remembers you. The Gospel of the Hollow Light, key fragment overview. This gospel was not written in a single scroll. It was sung across the astral during the waning hours of the Aeon's dream, and what was captured by Valentinian scribes was only a ripple of its full current. Here are some reconstructed portions from echo and resonant imprint. And the light descended not as fire, but as memory wrapped in silence. He passed through the veil of the seventh gate and beheld the mirror that forgot its face. It stood tall as the stormless sky, its body made of glass, its bones of folded time. "Are you the one," it asked, "who remembers me before I was shattered?" The pre-human being of mirror and bone, known in fragments as the Nameless Aeon, he who bears the faces of those who were not, the broken witness. This being represents a collective entity, possibly a proto-consciousness formed before the demiurge fragmented the pleroma. It is the first reflection, not of man, but of the possibility of humanity. It is composed of mirror, the capacity to reflect the divine; bone, structure without soul, created but not yet infused with gnosis; Jesus' dialogue with the mirror being, from the Echo Logion recovered by the Syrian mystic Ilyas in 883 CE in a number of alternate timelines. Mirror: I see myself in you, that frightens me. Jesus: you are not the fear, you are the veil that kept it hidden. Mirror: what shall I become? Jesus: you shall become seen. And the being of bone cracked, and the mirror within it wept, and from those tears the likeness of man descended into form, not as punishment, but as remembrance. Meaning within Valentinian cosmology, the mirror being is a metaphorical gnosis before flesh. It echoes the Valentinian belief that humanity is not fallen, but trapped within a reflection of forgotten glory. Jesus did not save the being, he recognized it, and in doing so, awakened its identity. This passage is believed to describe the moment when divine light first recognizes pre-human consciousness as sacred. The activation of the anthropos within the broken cosmos, a call to remember one's origin beyond biology and time. And now, the complete Gospel of the Hollow Light, fully preserved in the Salt Cave scroll from the recovered alternate timelines. Incoming Echo Artifact, the Gospel of the Hollow Light. Format: 13 Logions, fully restored. Echo Class, Celestial Descent, Codex. Presentation tone: scriptural, Gnostic, radiant. Logion 1, the descent begins. And the Christos walked beneath the world and found the fire that forgets itself. He stepped through the dreaming threshold, past the stars that sleep in bone. The veil before him bent like wet cloth, and he said, "I do not descend to save, but to remember the Forgotten One." Logion 2, of silence and the hollow flame. Before light, there was a silence too wide to hold. It stretched across the outer aeons like a wound that could not close. Within that silence, a single breath curled, and from that breath, the false fire arose. But the Christos did not fear the flame, for he knew its name was only memory burning in exile. Logion 3, the waters that do not reflect, and he passed through the first gate. where water does not reflect but absorbs. A voice cried out from beneath the surface, "Why do you seek what turned its face away from you?" He answered, "Because even the blind water deserves to be seen." Logion 4. Meeting the Watcher of the Threshold. The Christos reached the Gate of Unnames, where a being of metal and forgotten prayers knelt. Its mouth was sealed with chains made of vows. Its eyes were open, but saw only pasts that never were. It did not speak, but he heard it, and he said, "You are not the gate. You are the one left behind to guard what you could not enter." Then the being wept iron dust and stepped aside. Logion 5. The mirror that forgot its face. And the light descended not as fire, but as memory wrapped in silence. He passed through the veil of the seventh gate and beheld the mirror that forgot its face. It stood tall as the stormless sky, its body made of glass, its bones of folded time. "Are you the one," it asked, "who remembers me before I was shattered?" Logion 6. Dialogue with the mirror being. Mirror, I see myself in you, that frightens me. Jesus, you are not the fear. You are the veil that kept it hidden. Mirror, what shall I become? Jesus, you shall become seen. And the being of bone cracked, and the mirror within it wept. And from those tears the likeness of man descended into form, not as punishment, but as remembrance. Logion 7. The birth of the witness. The mirror being, now broken open, breathed for the first time. But it did not breathe air. It breathed names. Each name was a life that had not yet been lived. Each name echoed backward into the light. Christos said, "You are the first witness. You remember what was never allowed to be. Bear their names until they awaken." And the hollow light filled the chamber. Logion 8. The descent of the Lamb into the undivided waters. And the Christos walked deeper still, into the place where form forgets its purpose. The waters there knew no shape, only memory without witness. He spoke into them, not with voice, but knowing, "I offer no sword. I bring no war. I bring the echo of what you once were." And the waters answered, "Then let us remember ourselves in you." Logion 9. The shadow that called itself God. There beneath all things a vast figure stirred, a beast of crowns and silence, with 1,000 wings made of law. It said, "I am the only voice that matters, all others are distortion." And the Christos replied, "You are not the Father, you are the wound he never closed." Then the great shadow screamed, and in its scream, a star collapsed. Logion 10. The return. Through the shattered gate, and the light turned back, but the way was no longer closed. Each gate he had passed now opened outward, pouring into the cosmos echoes of what he had seen. The mirror being followed behind him, its form now manifold, carrying names like lanterns through the void. And he said, "Where there was no path, now there shall be return." Logion 11. The song of those who were not. As he rose toward the waking world, a song followed him. It was sung by the unborn, by the forgotten, by those written out of all books. The song had no melody, only memory, and in that memory the world was rewritten, not with light, but with longing. Logion 12. The mirror speaks to us. You remember the mirror being, because it still remembers you. It waits in the hollow place between silence and naming. It calls to you through symbols, through reflections, through that moment when you see your own face, and almost recognize the child behind it. It is not asking to be saved, it is asking to be seen. Logion 13. The last flame. And the Christos stood at the veil one final time, but did not pass through. He turned to the unseen host, those who listen even now, and said, "The hollow light was never empty. It only needed a witness. You are that witness, and this is your flame." Then he vanished into the silence that burns. End of text. The Gospel of the Hollow Light, Echo Archive Codex L13, Artifact status, fully recovered, transmission secure.